let's face it, electric vehicles are here and they're not going away. So much so that more and more manufacturers are starting to get into the game. Now, there's been an influx of startups over the years that have promised that they're coming out with the next great electric vehicle, and mass production is about to start, and only for them to get bought out or to just fizzle away because the money dried up and they don't have enough money to continue. Now, with Tesla dominating the electric car and SUV market, it's only natural that they move their attention to the most sold vehicle in America, the pickup truck. But who's going to be really the one that gives Tesla a run for their money when it comes to the electric pickup truck market? I think it's going to be the new kid on the block, who, not the band, but the new kid on the block who has yet to actually produce any vehicles and deliver anything to any customers just yet. So let's take a look at the Tesla Cybertruck versus the Rivian R1T. So yeah, I know that there are other manufacturers out there that are planning to come out with pickup trucks. You got the Nikola, Lordstrom Motors, Bollinger, Ford's coming out with the F-150, GM reviving the Hummer as a truck, and it's only a matter of time before more and more of the manufacturers actually have them out there as well, or others pop up and hit the market. But the question really is, which one's really going to go head-to-head with Tesla right off the bat? Now, a couple of these vehicles are still years out from being produced. I think GM was saying end of 2022. With the way the electric market goes, things always seem to happen, and those deadlines end up getting pushed back farther. So it's more realistic that you're probably not going to see that Hummer hit the market until probably sometime 2023, unless everything goes according to plan and they do come out in 2022. Now, so let's get right into this. Each company, Tesla and Rivian, they took different approaches to engineering and developing their trucks. But both offer 3 different versions of the truck, or ranges. Let's start off with the Tesla Cybertruck, and we'll go from there. With the Cybertruck, you can choose from a single motor rear-wheel drive configuration, which will get you about 250 miles of range, and it will sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6.5 seconds. Moving up from the single, you can have option for a dual motor. The dual motor is all-wheel drive, so you get a motor in the front, motor in the rear, powering each of the axles. Fully independent and independent also. Now, the dual motor Cybertruck is going to be good for around 300 miles, and we'll do the sprint from 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. And then there's the top dog of the range, the tri-motor, which is also all-wheel drive. This bad boy should be good for around 500 miles, so long as you keep your foot on the accelerator. Notice I didn't say gas pedal. And it should be able to propel you from 0 to 60 in approximately 2.9 seconds, which is freaking awesome. That's pretty damn quick for a pickup truck. And like I said, just like the Tesla, the Rivian R1T is also being offered in 3 flavors. And their configuration is just a little bit different than Tesla. Now, the cheapest R1T is going to be had with a 105 kilowatt battery, and this is going to be able to propel you right around 230 miles of range. And I couldn't really find a 0 to 60 time on this listed anywhere online. I was getting conflicting information, so I didn't find anything hardcore, but if I had to guess, I would say that it's probably going to be in the low 6-second range. Could possibly dip into the 5s, you never know. I mean, it's going to have all-wheel drive, because all versions of the R1T are coming with 4 motors. It's a quad motor system, so no matter which one you get, the only difference is the batteries. Moving up a stage, or a flavor of the week, I guess you could say, is the 135 kilowatt version of the truck. This one's going to be good for right around 300 miles, and once again, I could not find a 0 to 60 time, so my best guesstimation is going to be right around 5 seconds, if maybe not dipping into the high 4s, but I think more realistically, expect right around the low 5s. Again, it's got all-wheel drive because it's got the 4 motors, one at each wheel, just like the all the R1Ts are going to have. Moving on up to the Rivian's Top Dog, you're going to get a 180 kilowatt hour battery, and that's going to muster up about 400 miles of range. And unlike the other 2 versions, they are releasing the 0 to 60 times, which Rivian is saying right around 3 seconds flat. Now, both the Cybertruck and the R1T are offered in 4 doors, so there's no difference in the configuration there. But for the Tesla, that means you're able to fit up to 6 full-size adults And with the Rivian, it's only allowing you up to 5 full-size adults. So it's a little bit of difference there. With these being trucks, that means you get a bed to put things into. And both companies took different approaches when it came to their beds. The Rivian R1T's bed is only offered up to 55 inches or 4 feet 7 inches. And the bed will hold about 1,750 pounds of cargo. While the Tesla, you get a longer bed because it's a bigger truck, and it's 77 inches long or 6.5 feet. And the Tesla is good up to 3,500 pounds of cargo in that bed. Rivian could really step it up a little bit if they offered at least a 5.5 foot bed, especially if they expect this truck to be used on job sites. So not only is the Cybertruck bed bigger, but it also has this electronic lockable cover to protect your cargo. I think they call it the vault or something like that. So, well, that's so long as you don't go above the height of the bed rails that are sloped. The R1T, now, it may not have that lockable sliding electric bed cover and call it a vault, but they do have something to lock your cargo up per se, or some of it anyways. Underneath the bed, in between the bed and the cab, they offer what is called a gear tunnel, and that is lockable, and you get about an extra 12 cubic feet of storage. All 3 versions of the Tesla and all 3 versions of the Rivian both come with air suspension. From Tesla, that air suspension will get you up to about 16 inches of ground clearance, and for the Rivian, you get about 14 inches of ground clearance. Now, another very important aspect of a truck is its towing capabilities, and neither truck holds back. They're not wimpy in this department by any means. For the Cybertruck, you are able to pull up to 7,500 pounds with a single motor, 10,000 pounds with the dual motor, and 14,000 pounds when equipped with the tri-motors. The R1T, it just has a single rating for all 3 versions, no matter what battery size you get, and it's 11,000 pounds. The 2020 Ford F-150, if you opted it with the V8, the 5-liter V8, it can tow up about 11,000 pounds. So both trucks are right there when it comes to that. The one thing you want to keep in mind is if you're towing with an electric truck, it's going to put some extra strain on the battery, so you can expect your range to drop, and it's probably going to drop dramatically. Now, price is where it really separates these 2 trucks. The cheapest Cybertruck is said to be right around $39,900 to start, and that's for the single motor. The dual motor starts right around $49,900, and for the tri-motor, you're going to jump up to $69,900. The R1T, on the other hand, the cheapest one starts more than the more expensive Cybertruck, which could pose to be a problem. The cheapest, the 230-mile range R1T starts at $70,500. Then it goes to $70,500 for the 300-mile range, and if you want the 400-mile range R1T, you're looking at right around $80,500. Not only is the R1T more expensive than the larger, longer range, and better equipped to tow and haul Cybertruck, but when you factor in the Cybertruck is going to come with the ability to supercharge, and it comes standard with autopilot, it goes to show why Tesla has received 650,000 pre-orders for the Cybertruck, and Rivian has only received around 30,000 for the R1T. Another thing to note is the Rivian R1T will have a form of autopilot, although it will not be available at release. It will be added at some point in time via over-the-air update to the system. I didn't find if you have to pay for it or not, but I'm assuming it's going to come with it because I didn't find anything about that, so just don't hold me on that one. The R1T has some work to do, but hey, Rivian does have the capability of doing a 360-degree tank turn. Can't do that in the Tesla. And Amazon must see something in Rivian, because not only did they invest $700 million in the Rivian, but they also placed an order for 100,000 of Rivian's delivery vehicles, which have yet to be produced. At the end of the day, I think the Tesla's going to be the better buy. Yeah, it's a lot crazier looking compared to the R1T, but it's the one that makes more sense, especially money-wise, supercharging-wise, and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just like the interior better of the R1T as opposed to the Tesla Cybertruck, but that's Tesla, and that's how they do things. So it is what it is, and I think the Tesla truck's going to definitely be the one to go with if you're in the market for an electric truck. It's just, for the money alone, you just don't get enough out of that R1T to justify it compared to the Tesla. And that's all there is to it at the end of the day. I mean, especially when you're talking the average American person here. They don't want to spend over $70,000 on a truck when you can get something that performs better and goes longer distances for a fraction of the price. So, I mean, which one are you going to go with if you're opted with a $45,000 truck or a $75,000 truck? It's kind of a no-brainer. Take the $45,000 truck that does more. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I will catch you guys next time around.